Okay, we're live. Changed the music playlist again. Now it's only 60% Silksong rather than 90%. Okay, I'm gonna change some settings and let people join here. And out of habit, I made the game name Silksong. What are we on, like day 143 of that whole series? Kinda crazy. There we go. Okay. I think the music is too loud. But yeah, I threw in some C418, some B-Reg. We got some new music. What tech level is this? This is EV. We're still in early game. Why do I feel like I'm flying so fast? No, this is normal. I just spent time in creative. Creative is slow. We're faster than creative. Also cool as shit, I love GTMH. I think a lot of the cool things you can get from other packs, but I've had that whole spiel like 9 times last stream. Don't even know what half this is. Yeah, we're still gonna be in early game for another 100 hours. IV is when you reach mid game. Okay, so last time we built up this little section for computer storage. Now I actually want to move our stuff into there. And I'm going to be very careful with how I do the P2Ps this time, because the way Aspect set these up has actually killed our base multiple times. So this is not even labeled. This P2P is not even labeled, and it runs like the entire base. Holy peak. Yeah, I want to move all of this. Actually, I think I'll keep the I.O. port. I want to move all of this and then all the crafting CPUs. No, these can stay. We'll just make new crafting CPUs. Additionally, I just want this whole area to look better because it's kind of ass right now. Aspect ripped out all the decorations and then didn't build new ones like he promised, so I'm just going to put back the old ones. Been unable to see the Silksong speedruns for a while. What's the current PB? 51 minutes and 15 seconds. 6th place in the world, once they verify it, because it is very recent. I'm very proud of that run. Because now I can actually say, like, I'm a top runner. They put refined storage in a 1.21 mod pack that's supposed to be 1800s tech. Create Logistics is AE2 for that kind of style. I don't know if it's like built into the newest Create version, but just use Create. If that's your style, like Create already has its own version of AE2. I've seen people use it in TFG. It looks really cool. Because modern TFG versions are kind of centered around that. They have a whole tab for Create Logistics. Dude, I've used this song, Leak by C418, like twice in videos ever. It was in the intro for the TFG Part 1, and then it was used somewhere in the final TFG episode to sort of just call back to Episode 1. But apart from that, I haven't used it just because it's too, like... It's too melodic, and so it distracts from any voice I have. That's a lot of songs that I really like, I just can't use them because they're too melodic. Which denomination are you? I'm a Presbyterian Protestant. Okay, where do I want to center this? Right there. Okay, so the ME controller is the center. I want everything to point inwards to those cables. Which is not what's happening right now. Nice. Okay, I'll also have to put in all the supports again. This part of the base just looks really bad after everything was torn down. Aspect wanted to make space for cables and then didn't even use that space, so there's just a gaping hole here. Okay. Your cable area looks better than my actual base. You would have to try to make it look worse than this. What on earth are you doing? You'd have to actually try to make a bad-looking base. Lawn bases look better than this. Building with the lag? There's no lag. What? My FPS is 60 and my ping is... I mean, my ping is normally like that, but it's not noticeable right now. You mean the Builder's Wand? The Builder's Wand always has some delay. It's kind of just bad in this version. Or are you talking about the player jet lag? Because he's pretty good at building. Okay, so this part wasn't Aspect's fault. This is completely my fault. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. Oh yeah, this was for the pipe. I can just tear this down. Because we no longer need pipes running through here. I guess it was kind of Aspect's fault then, because those pipes weren't supposed to exist. Yeah, this has chlorine, but it goes nowhere. Thought the delay was server lag? We don't have server lag. Dude, if we had server lag in Eevee, we would probably just end the server preemptively. The only time we've had server lag is in the very beginning on episode 2. We had a server-side mod that was supposed to be, like, helpful for mapping things and was for recording. Turns out it was the single largest TPS sink that our server has ever seen. It was dragging it down, like, I think 160 times more than any other process on the server, and so we removed that mod and it's fine. Because Duck and Goose are restraining themselves? No, they're not. They're just setting their stuff in the personal dimension. They're not restraining anything. We're not gonna stop them from playing the game. Because if we had to limit what we're doing on this server for the sake of TPS, that would be very dumb. Like, we can get all the server resources we need. TPS should never be an issue. You host your own server or subscribe to some server provider? We have a server from HypeServe. I'm not sure because I don't directly manage it. It's Flurbin and Dragonium that mostly manage the server. But HypeServe gifted us some of their hardware for this server, and we have a direct link to them if we ever have issues. But yeah, it's run very well. Always. They don't want a sponsorship, but I don't care. If you're gonna host a GTNH server, use HypeServe. Though, don't host a GTNH server. Play a fun mod pack, please. Why does this have nothing in it? There's no diesel in here. That's concerning. GTNH seems really cool. Yeah, but other packs do what GTNH does. Like, if you like the idea of GTNH's progression, Star Technology does that. I mean, unless you really want the magic aspect, which I don't really understand. I don't like magic at all. But then the raw Greg Tech stuff, like, TFG does it as well. I think TFG does it better, especially with newer updates. Like, other packs do it better. If you want the kind of kitchen sink-esque experience, then play a kitchen sink pack, like E2E. Greg Tech has thousands of hours of content. No, GTNH has thousands of hours of content. Greg Tech, on its own, is a, like 200 or 300 hour mod. Just Greg Tech is fine. When you finish GTNH, you get the drip of something to everyone you made the Stargate? Yeah, and everyone will run away from you because you smell so bad you haven't showered in months. No, okay. No, I don't think it's a flex to say you got the Stargate. I think the cool thing on GTNH is integration and all the custom content. They do a really bad job of integration, though. Like there's so many... Do you know how many exploits we have on this server? I've never seen this in a mod pack. It's, like, really broken. Other packs do that way better. Again, like, everything people celebrate GTNH for is just something that other mod packs are better at, but people don't know because GTNH is just so infamous, and so no one else gets recognition. Like, think of how TFG integrates Create, TFC, and GregTech together. No other mod pack can do that so effectively. And they work together so well, especially in new versions. Like, don't just go off of my playthrough. My playthrough is ancient. My playthrough caused the dev team to completely flip, and now there's, like, completely new devs, and they're changing everything. My playthrough might as well be a different mod pack. It's so much better now. It's your best GT... Terraform Greg! I've said this again and again. Terraform Greg, please. Imagine a world where GTNH is 1.12.2. It probably wouldn't be as popular, because then it would have to be less old. Other things would be able to take its place. Because GTNH was the first, like, actually well-known Greg Tech pack. GTNH was a 1.12 pack, Omni Factory would have been before it, and then GTNH would go nowhere. What do you think about Crate Aeronautica? I don't know anything about that, but I do think Create Aeronautics is pretty cool. You've thought about playing Nomi Factory? I've beat it twice. Very few mods on 1.20, 1.1 NeoForge. Why mod on 1.20, 1.1? I think the only reason you'd mod on a version later than 1.12 is for Create and Modern TFC. Other than that, 1.12 has all the mods, and, well, literally and figuratively, because it has most of all the mods versions. But, 1.12 has most of the good mods, and like Thermal Foundation's still good in that version. Not this version, because I'm in 1.7 here. Yeah, just not much of a reason. 1.12 sucks because it lacks swimming. I'm sure there's around 200 plus mods that backport swimming. You said that 5 times in my chat, but it just doesn't lack swimming because it's hilariously easy to backport that. Haven't been able to find one? Really? I doubt that. If you're searching on CurseForge, you're not going to find anything because CurseForge's search engine is probably the worst search engine ever created. Like, if you search the full name of a mod pack, word for word, spelling everything perfectly, adding all the punctuation, it will not show up. It'll come up empty. No, no results. There we go. This is just infinitely better already. Are you ready for dual input bus / hatch? Is that even in this pack? Not in this pack. That's a modern thing only. I already know how to automate with fluids and items, though. You just need to subnet with a bunch of fluid and item interfaces. Or storage buses. Dude, I felt so smart after making my assembly line in TFG. That was my first time ever subnetting. And yeah, I kinda looked at a tutorial, but I purposefully only took like 5 frames from it, so that I could figure out most of it on my own. Learn more that way. I think we're on to the B-Reg music. Or not. I don't know which one this is. This might be... No, we are. Okay. Shout out to B-Reg, he's like my entire channel's identity. Because I'm the only person who uses his music. I don't even think this pipe has any use. Or wait, is this our main CBD line? It better not be. Oh no, I think it is. Yeah, there's a lot of parts of our diesel pipe that are really old, and it's a very messy system. Yeah, I think this is our main line. Yikes. Also, we're currently in some kind of crisis because for some reason the nitric acid chemical reactor decided to stop working earlier today. If I could get in there, please. Hopefully it's working now. Yeah, it is. It just won't craft anything because it's out of diesel. Oh boy. Do you have any add-ons for GT that you recommend? What do you mean add-ons? You don't add anything to a mod pack. Unless you're playing GregTech on its own, which I wouldn't recommend because it's just worse. Dude, this song, I've only been able to use once ever. It was in the E2E movie. And I kind of regret it because it didn't even really work there. Because this song never works in videos. Again, it's too melodic, but it's so good. Okay, why do we have no fuel? Because we have no... That's the output hatch. Okay, I got confused. We have light and heavy fuel. This thing just won't work. Oh no, it doesn't have light fuel. Okay, why doesn't it have light fuel? Because it's waiting for the distilleries. Distilleries are working. No, the distilleries aren't working. Because they don't have oil. Why don't they have oil? These have steam. Do they have soul sand? No, half of them are dead to power loss. When? The hell? Where's my soft mallet? This keeps happening, man. Oh, I should fix that. Maybe that's the issue. I should probably replace these centrifuges, because if I used a multi-block centrifuge, I learned last episode what all these numbers mean, because it says 6 parallels per voltage tier, 225% speed, 90% EU usage. I didn't want to take that directly at face value, because that seemed too good to be true. But, turns out that that is exactly how it sounds. Every voltage tier, it can do 6 more recipes at a time. It will always be running 225% faster than it should be, no power change. And it'll be using 90% less EU. Always. How do you keep motivated to push ahead? I have 13 YouTubers that some of them I look up to, and others I think just make cool content, but I mean look up to as in, like, I watch them for a while. And also I have a financial obligation. In other words, I don't play this. You don't have any obligation to. Go play Terraforming Greg, or Nomi Factory, or some other good mod pack. How close are you guys to messing with the platinum sludge stuff? We were supposed to do that, like, around 50 hours ago, but I've bought all of our platinum. We have... Oh, we only have 97 left. I bought around 8 stacks of platinum from 9, because he did HP Flatline. But yeah, I'm very confused why people see my series and go, I'm gonna try that myself. No! Go play Terraforming Greg! I'm playing this so you don't have to. You can get all your dopamine from watching me do cool stuff, and then skip the 99% that's just grind. I mean, these days I only record around 10% of my playtime, maybe less. And that still is around 4 terabytes of recording space. But it's fun. You're talking to the guy who's spent 400 hours here and has not really enjoyed much. I mean, recently, with the last episode, towards the end, it was nice, but I still think generally it's a bad mod pack, and anything you would enjoy from GTNH is done better by other mod packs. I'm not saying you don't enjoy it, I'm saying you would enjoy other things more. Because even some of the members here, like 3, his first mod pack was GTNH, he had never played anything else. And then I believe he did a StarTech run, and then he hasn't been on the server since. Like, it's a common story with GTNH players, that GTNH is their first mod pack, they love it, and then they get the first taste of something else and never touch it again. Like, the whole point of this server is to take the absolute soul-crushing grind of GTNH and make it survivable. By making it so that we're, like, barely even playing the pack anymore. But that hasn't really worked out for me, because it turns out everyone here just wants to break the pack open as much as possible, and so I'm left chasing them. Well, the original idea was just supposed to be, like shops and shit. Well, not shops, but like random interaction, cool stuff. Like 50% building and messing around, and then 50% progression, but it's ended up being 99% progression, which is just a normal Greg Tech playthrough. I'm now in early HV, is it gonna get worse or better? It's gonna get a lot worse. Early HV was, like, I was definitely enjoying the pack up until MV, then HV was like, oh, it's pretty good. EV, for most of EV, I hated this. It seems to be getting better, 9 says it gets really good in late IV, I'm hoping that's true. If it's not, then what's the point in me being here? But yeah, it will get a lot worse. EV sucks. Come on, Terraformer Greg with a friend is fun. No, Terraformer Greg is just fun. Did I say that it wasn't? Dude's defending Terraformer Greg against the #1 Terraformer Greg Glazer. No, Terraformer Greg is fun solo. Terraformer Greg is just good. Actually, I don't want to patch that because that's like my one entrance into that part of the base. Yeah, another thing I really don't like about GTNH is what it's done to Greg Tech as a whole. Because now when I say I like Greg Tech, they assume, like, whoever I'm talking to assumes I mean Greg Tech New Horizons. And that's how to lose friends. But no, like, Greg Tech and GTNH are different things. GTNH is very diluted, first of all, because it's a bunch of magic mods thrown in. Glad I don't have to do any of that. I have other people on the server taking that. But yeah, then I'll mention Terraformer Greg, and actually this was a problem I ran into when I was first getting into Terraformer Greg. I saw the Greg in it, and it's like, oh no, this is gonna be like GTNH. No! No, it's not. GTNH is one of a kind in all the worst ways. Now, by the way, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's like absolute misery to play this pack, because I would have never started a server on it. Like, we did test runs to see if I could play it. No, GTNH has been fun in some parts. I just think it's the worst GregTech has to offer. Because GregTech is usually really good. But then again, like with this server, I can filter through all the stuff I don't want, I don't like, because I can buy from other teams. I have a teammate who is psychotic enough to enjoy magic mods. And I can usually just, like my tungsten. I'll be honest here, half the tungsten I used last episode was not from the factory I built. I bought like 4 stacks from Mastiox, because I don't want to spend 30 hours centrifuging endstone. And then I did the math on plutonium. That would take 16 hours to centrifuge that in an HV centrifuge. I didn't have the ability to make a multi-block centrifuge yet. 9 had 4,000 plutonium. Bought that. I can skip all those things. Do you have a favorite Greg-based pack? Dude, I'm not gonna say it again, because people are gonna get annoyed at me. Okay, everyone in chat will fill in. I mean, this stream, I've talked about Terraformer Greg more than Silksong. That's crazy. Though I still think I enjoy Silksong more than Terraformer Greg. I said that as if I was unsure. Silksong's fucking peak, holy. By the way, right on cue, the Silksong part of the playlist started playing. If I were to treat every Greg Tech pack as its own game, then my top games would be 1. Silksong, 2. Hollow Knight, 3. Terraformer Greg, 4. Nomi Factory, and then I don't know from there. Those are my top games. Silksong has peak lore, but I didn't find a real challenge in there. It looked too easy. I think some people would disagree with you, but I think Silksong really isn't that hard of a game. Some people present it as if it's just gonna, like, completely destroy your ass. No. It's not built to be challenging specifically, it's just built to be fun. So yeah, if you didn't find Silksong challenging, I didn't really either. But, speedrunning. Shameless plug here. Speedrunning is difficult. If you want difficulty, and you like Silksong, do speedrunning. It's so fun. It's so fun to just, like, push yourself further and further to get good at a thing. And then eventually, before you know it, you've gone from being, like, really average at the game to doing insane shit that no normal person can even keep up with your movement. Thoughts on Moni Factory? It was advertised as Modern Nomi Factory. It's not Modern Nomi Factory. I will have to try it again with different expectations. It's its own pack. What's your best speedrun? I just posted it a few days ago. It's a 51:15, which is 6th place on the 90% leaderboard, which I am very proud of. Like, the only game I can say I'm actually really good at. Got 100% in 40 hours totally blind. I took around 51 hours because I was taking my time. But yeah, Steel Soul provides an extra challenge, and then speedrunning. Speedrunning's so good, and then there's also the custom bosses, like... Silksong's not that hard. People hype it up so much because, oh man, they deal double damage. That's only an issue if you played the original game and you think double damage is really scary. You heal 3 health instantly in this game. Like, that's the only argument I've heard, and it's just based on Hollow Knight, the original. Okay, now everyone's trying to flex. Like, man, Silksong was easy, dude. It's not really a flex. I don't care. I hate the game has to be difficult to be fun thing. No, game just has to be satisfying. Silksong is really satisfying movement. And combat. But yeah, that's a complaint I have about the Silksong community. They hype up its difficulty to be, like, the hardest game ever made, and some crazy, like, Q kind of challenge. No, it's not! I wouldn't play it if that was the case. I'm a Greg Tech player. I can't just suddenly switch to the most diabolical, insane combat game ever. Silksong's just not that. I don't like that this cable's in the way. But yeah, if you purposefully dodge upgrades and stuff, and force yourself to fight a boss really early, that's gonna happen, but the game communicates it pretty well if you're going into a fight that's a bit later. Like, probably the most complained about boss ever is behind the most evil area in the game, basically to communicate to you, yeah, you don't want to be here, go somewhere else. No cable covers? They don't do connecting textures, so it'll look weird. And then on these pipes, the cable covers are more expensive and annoying, but I can probably still do it. Because for some reason, pipes have to have a different cover than cables. Oh, they're called facades. Pantheon equivalent might be super hard. Yeah, I hope it is. I really hope it is, by the way, because, like, if I've reached the point where no new content can challenge me, I am very sad. And I guess I'm just gonna grind hitless Pantheon 5 then. I think I have reached that point, though, where, like, any Godhome DLC they throw in, I might be done in a day or two. How to make Terraforming Greg Steel less annoying? If you're in the Steam Age, use cast iron from the Steam Smelter instead of raw ore. But if you're not in the Steam Age, that doesn't account. But then also use pumps to pump steel directly out into a ingot mold. You don't need multiple ingot molds because it casts really quickly. So you just have, like, the blast furnace control block here, you have the pump here, and then you have your... I'm gonna just make a slab for this. Oh, it's broken. You have your casting table here. You just pump it out. You can have it crank or something. It insta-cools them. It casts 2 ingots at a time. It's very fast that way. You don't really need a large blast furnace in TFC. If you just cycle it enough times, throw in cast iron and flux. And yeah, it's very easy to automate that system. You also get bellows with a deployer automatically pushing the bellows. Stuff like that. Doesn't that cast pig iron? Yeah. That's what I meant. If you're talking about how to turn pig iron into steel less annoying, then, first of all, you can learn the patterns. I hope you're not using the smithing guide, because that will make it way more complicated than it needs to be, and way less fun, more importantly. I need cable anchors, jeez. But there's a way to skip that forging minigame. Just get a Hellhammer, crank it up to 128 RPM with, I think, 4 large water wheels can do that. You'll need steel shafts to do that, and then that's all you need. Like, it smiths it really fast. And then get 2 of those, just start making more of them. All the Hollow Knight and Silksong difficulty mods are unfairly hard instead of actually difficult. That's why I haven't played them. I assumed that mods made that quickly will probably not have as much consideration for fair difficulty. Silksong, whenever it is difficult, it is very, very fair. Like, shockingly so. I didn't know a game could be that fair every time you die. To the point that I was, like, celebrating dying to a boss. Because I get to fight it again. Okay, this area is looking a lot better now. Chuck in a few more supports like this. Last judge run back was mildly irksome. There is one enemy that is like 90% of people's issue in that run back, and it is placed there specifically to teach you to just keep running. I'm not going to tab into the game to show, but it's a Drisnet that spawns right in front of a platform. If you just land on that platform and don't let go of sprint and jump to the next, it's fine. It's no speedrun tech or any crazy reaction time, it's literally just don't let go of sprint and then jump. And you run past it. Just keep moving. That's the run back. That run back is meant to... Like, I've seen people who really like the run back, which is most of my friends, because it gave them time to think about the boss, and also it made them way better at movement, because they get to route out this little run back and go really fast. Blast Furnace into cast into Hellhammer? Yeah. Don't I have to add silver and gold and other things to that? No. Though, it is ideal to have a red steel or blue steel anvil for the Hellhammer, because it takes less hits that way, and you need to make red steel and blue steel anyways. But no, that's all just iron. Iron on iron. Roll run back was irksome for real. Hot take, I find no issue with that run back. I know people in my chat before have gotten mad at that and called me speedrunner elitist. Go watch my video when I originally fought Grohl. I think it's episode 11 of my Silksong Let's Play. I had no problem with that. I actually really liked Pilewater. But mostly because I think Grohl's a really easy boss if you're just patient. If you're really impatient, you'll get yourself killed instantly. Just be patient, take your time, use the Needle Strike. I didn't use the Needle Strike in my playthrough, but since then, whenever I do that in a speedrun, like someone in my chat will jokingly tell me, oh, I bet you can't do Grohl hitless with any percent equipment. And then I just did it on one stream. Like, it's a very easy boss if you're patient and you think about it. So the run back is put there so that you're more patient in the fight, because you're trying to avoid doing the run back again. And then the fight itself, again, yeah, it's all about patience. They sit in the corner and throw crap at him, Strat? That's... No wonder you didn't have fun. I had a lot of fun, like, fighting for my life there. I ended the fight on 1 health, well mucked. I had Wreath of Purity, but it broke. And so I was 1 health, mucked. I had basically resigned the fight and was going, like, 1 needle hit on him every minute. And then finally won. That was so fun. Kinda wish I took more attempts. But yeah, another thing is that he's definitely a tool boss. I've seen some other players who go in a second time with Architect's Crest, and apparently Volt Vessels just shreds the boss. Because there's water in the fight, and so they like chain their damage and hit the boss 20 times. So Volt Vessels go crazy. Oh, server's restarting now. But yeah, I'm not gonna be that guy who glazes every single inch of Silksong and justifies everything. No, I'm trying to be reasonable with everything. Like, Pinstress, I think, is underwhelming and could have been a lot better. But other than that, like, that is the only boss I think could be better. And I think even if they threw in some of the bad fights from Hollow Knight, like Markoth, I think they would still be... They would be bad. Okay, if Markoth was in Silksong, it would be bad. But it would be a lot better, just because Silksong's movement and combat is more satisfying, inherently. I'd be fine grinding Radiant Markoth if it was in Silksong. Found Wreath of Purity only after all Bile Water and all Putrefied Ducts. I found Bile Water after Putrefied Ducts, but I think if I reached Bile Water early and saw how long the run back was and saw all the maggots, I would be like, okay, there's probably a maggot repelling ability, and go somewhere else. Because that's how you have to treat these games. I'm actually glad my only prior experience before Silksong was Terraria, because then my mindset was always get upgrades first. Tools in Pantheon would be fun. Dude, they would! Wait, like, you have to choose which... Because you have, like, 8 bosses between each bench, so you have to choose which boss you're gonna use your tools on. Unless you do Architect, I guess. But still, that's kind of peak. I really hope they have a Pantheon. Some people think it'll be in this DLC. I hope it isn't, because then that means it's the last DLC. I want them to have more than one DLC. What would I do if I didn't have all the Silksong content I could ever consume? Okay, is this all I need to do here? Like, I think we've fully rebuilt this floor. And I say rebuilt because, again, for some reason Aspect tore the whole thing down. It used to look like this. There we go. What would a mod like have an impact on a mod like GTNH? It would make GTNH go from, like, kinda oddly designed to completely broken, okay? Create is horribly unbalanced and should not be put in mod packs without heavy restrictions on, like, what you can do within Create. It's a standalone mod. It doesn't work in progression settings. I'm not saying Create's bad, I'm saying it's horrendously unbalanced for mods like this. Also, the developer would probably have a heart attack if Create was in the pack. He'd probably just die right then and there. The size of the game combined with the DLC is going to be crazy. As much as we joke about it, that, like, they're gonna do the same thing again where the DLC grows beyond the game and they have to make a new game, I don't know what they would do for a second game. Like, they shouldn't have a new playable character, because Hornet is the absolute pinnacle of the Metroidvania genre. Her moveset is perfect. So, I don't know what they'd do for another game. I guess they could just do Hornet again. But then why not just make it more Silksong DLC then? That pisses me off. We're fixing that right now. Create is in TFG? Yeah, they have Create. That's what I mean by heavy restrictions. You can't have more than 128 stress units on one line. Like, when I played TFG, yeah, Create was horrendously unbalanced. It was a like plague on the mod pack. It was bad. I didn't push it too far, but I absolutely could have. But now they have Create and it's all balanced again. I'd love more evil areas in the DLC like Bilewater. You know, I would too. I think those areas are very funny and nice to go through once you understand it, once you figure it out. Team Cherry, when asked about Bilewater, said, "We just love a big swamp." That's so real. We just love a big swamp. I love Bilewater, but the Gloom was cool. What if they have both? They said the DLCs will be, like, more expanding on the game rather than adding their own subworlds like Hollow Knight did. Like, the Grim Trip DLC is fully self-contained, and God Home is basically fully self-contained. They said that they wouldn't be doing that in Silksong, so, you know, maybe they will add something similar to the Gloom. Is this song also from Silksong? 60% of this playlist is Silksong. All of these are Silksong. This is currently Farfields. Okay, how do I make a roof here? I think we had a roof over here. It's Corp. Okay. Oh, does Corp even look good for a roof? I might want to use something else. Bro lives and breathes it. Yeah. I have 890 hours on the game now. Which I think is like the top 0.0001% of players. maybe even more than that. Cause like you can have 800 hours on a game, that you can accomplish that after a while, but when the game is not even 8 months old, that's kind of crazy. Should I get Silksong? It's $20. It's not much of a loss if you can't beat it. But I think anyone can. Like, I know 9-year-olds that beat the true final boss, and had a lot of fun doing it. Like, if you ever feel like you can't, just remember I was that guy who died, who got stuck for 40 hours on the second boss of the original Hollow Knight. And now I'm a 6th place speedrunner for its harder sequel. So, like, you can get good at the game, don't ever compare yourself to other people, and just have fun with its mechanics. Oh yeah, something we gotta do is, cover that all up. That's a huge problem. I think we'll do that after we put the roof over this base. Just chuck in, like, a few bars here. Why not? You can't place these? What's the point in living? What's the point in even living anymore? Are you guys doing personal dimension? Right now our team isn't using any, but the more advanced teams that have huge FPS issues are gonna be using personal dimensions for any laggy structures. So I'm pretty sure the Ducklings threw most of their solar in there, which has helped with server performance. Not really about skill, I feel like I'll pick it up for only half the game and then we'll never finish it. I mean, you're watching a Greg Tech channel here. Have you played Greg Tech? Because if you can commit at least to HV in a Greg Tech pack, you can beat Silksong. The average completion time for Silksong for a new player is around 90 hours, I think, for 100% that is. So if you could even get to the normal final boss, for the normal ending, the easy one, that's, I think, around 8 hours if you're really just rushing it for a new player, but 15 hours if you're taking your time. Like, that's not much of a commitment compared to this. And plus, if the game's fun, you'll probably not really forget about it. If the game's not fun, then okay. Also, what do I do here? This looks just bad. Could probably layer it up like this. Oh, hold on. I might be onto something. I might also be on something. Because the reason I don't want to place these on here is that it'll ruin these blocks. They'll all look bad. So I kind of have to do it this way. I think I can do this without messing with textures as well. It's kind of like fighting the connected textures. Are you gonna read YouTube chat today? It says Q&A in the title. That would be really dumb if I didn't read chat. In my Silksong streams, it sometimes takes a little bit for me to read chat, because I'm focused on speedrunning. But here, I don't need to, so... Thanks for making my wallet emptier. Let's go. One more drafted into Silksong. We're so back. But yeah, if you're willing to commit to both games, I would play Hollow Knight first. But you absolutely don't need to, that's a myth. And you said you're scared you're not going to be able to complete Silksong, so yeah, go ahead, play Silksong first. I know plenty of people who enjoyed both games and did Silksong first. I think I even know a few speedrunners that haven't played Hollow Knight. It's funny. Oh, what am I gonna do here? Oh wait, this is gonna be the proper entrance to the oil refinery. I was gonna build this so long ago. Who? I don't remember. Also, Hunt is here. I don't remember who it was. I just remember seeing on the Silksong speedrunning Discord someone saying that they hadn't completed Hollow Knight, and everyone just laughing at them. Play Hollow Knight, but I've watched enough lore vids to know almost everything about it. Yeah, if you've depleted all the lore there is to know about Hollow Knight, I don't know if you should even play the game at that point. Maybe just skip straight to Silksong. Like, that's 60 or more than that percent of the game right there, so... Ah, I could just do that. How do I want to build this? Dude, I feel like such a genius with the way I'm layering these textures. Like the way this works differently on both sides. That's peak. Might even be peen. Will they change early game in TFG? Yes, pretty soon there's going to be a significant change. Not too big, but I think it might be big enough that you wait for a bit. I'm not sure how much information about that I'm allowed to disclose. What does his team look like now? Or is his being me? Because I don't know why you're, like, talking to the other chatters I'm reading. But, right now it's Aspect and me. Though Aspect has been playing Marathon for quite a while, so for the next, like, week it's still just gonna be me. I think I'll just turn these into stairs. It's cobblestone and normal stone, okay. I like how I'm finally building this part of the oil refinery, even though now we fly, and so this is completely useless. Such suspense for stairs. Holy shit. Okay, how do I keep depth here on the structure? Also, I think this looks bad. I'm gonna switch to this block. That's better. Man, I said I wouldn't use technical blocks in this build. When I started it. Whole chat is dissing the playlist placement. Come on, man. It was fitting. Widow is the perfect theme for building stairs. Alright, these only go left. I don't think they go... Yeah, it's really weird. Whatever, I can still make this work. Ah, no, I won't use that. Oh, this would actually be nice. Do that. And then on the other side, we'll just have this. Why not two? There we go. Peak. And now I can stick a light in here. Feels weird to have that part of the base covered. It's been floating for so long. What's next on the agenda in terms of advancement? I haven't decided yet. We're just building right now. I guess since a lot of my content is going to be done through the live streams now, since I'm, like, fairly sure, I'm not 100%, but I'm fairly sure that I'm not going to be uploading more Let's Play content, I should probably say what I'm planning. Because now I think I want to do Platline under there. Get our own Platline going, and use Platinum Comb from bees. And then after that, I want to passive circuits. First get a level maintainer, just so that the auto-crafting system does it. And then after that, I want to, like, properly passive all of the wafers and do a better passive for all the circuit components. Streaming just doesn't feel the same without a gambling ad every 10 minutes. Is that a way of telling me to switch to Twitch? I might stream on Twitch, because like I just said, I'm going to be focusing a bit more on live streaming content now, while I work on much better edited videos. By the way, I've made this way more reinforced than it needs to be. I'm just trying to keep depth in it, and this is all my brain is coming up with. Yeah, it's way too many technical blocks. It's like, it's just metal. You should stream on both. I just don't like Twitch. I might, but right now the reason I don't, it's just I really don't like Twitch. They spam ads way harder than even YouTube does. And I remember with Ludwig, they sort of just don't care about their streamers. I guess YouTube doesn't, as far as the money is concerned, like just as far as money goes. But still, I think YouTube is better for the streamer, and better for the viewer as well. It's not as much chat participation, but they are starting to add things from Twitch. Like, you can gift memberships, apparently, which I find very funny. And there's polls and stuff. It doesn't have all the features of Twitch, everyone knows that, but I don't know. I've never cared much about participating in chat, so to me, watching YouTube live streams was better just because there's less ads. I think that's that structure done. Also, something I want to do in this streaming series for building the base is start some terraforming. Like, I'm gonna take down this entire thing, gonna change all this up. I want the landscape around here to be just ruined and completely ravaged by this base. And so stuff like this is going to change. This is going to be rough, coarse dirt and gravel, maybe some dead grass, stuff like that. Gonna miss the Let's Plays, but I think GT's gonna get to a point where it's quite hard to make a video in your structure. It's not gonna get to a point. The last video, I was playing more per day than any other episode. Like, I was matching my Silksong hours with GTNH. And I was working my ass off to get stuff done. There's around 50 hours of recorded footage, which is just the recorded footage. I think there's a total of 120 hours of playtime just put into that video, and it's a shorter video than the one before it. Like, GTNH gets exponentially harder as you go on. So it's not gonna reach that point. It reached that point in episode 10, and it's still getting worse. How far is the all achievements run? I started a new one because I did the first one really bad, so yesterday was the first day of that, and we got to Mount Faye. I did CSS, by the way. I learned it in one day and then performed it in the run. CSS is so free. Almost first tried it, but then forgot to get Silk beforehand, so it's just a nothing claw line. Cascading style sheets? No, Cocoon skip. It's a fairly difficult wall jump, like near pixel perfect, in a certain parkour area in Silksong. I learned it yesterday and then performed it in the same day in a run. No more videos, but a lot more streams. No, not no more videos, just way higher quality videos that are gonna compress, like one of these videos I'm working on already is turning all of the episodes from 1 to 8, maybe even 9, and compress those all into one like Martin Cedo Pants style video. I speculate there's a heck of a merch website in the works. Yeah, that's definitely what that meant. I wonder, can these just float? No. Will that even be? AI-generated t-shirts, I think. I think I'd do really well with that. You guys think I should get into AI scams? I think that'd be a good direction for the channel. Unanimous yes. Please, even. It's a good idea. Can I not place both of these? Is there not a way I can just... Actually, there is. Hold on. More AI equals better? True. True. Everyone knows this. Pure facts. Oh, I could get into crypto scams as well. I should do a crypto scam. I should rug pull you guys. That would be so peak. Because I'm sure my viewers would fall for that. They could just delete some of the wall markings. Dude, Phantom is so hard to learn on piano. don't know why I chose this song as the first song I would learn. What? Carpenter's blocks are just, framed blocks, but really high. Trying to think how I want to do this. Because I want these to be like pipes, and then they connect into the base here. This whole area is going to be like the maintenance floor. But maybe I can have windows here. More of a Mac kind of guy anyways, but I'm sorry. That was really bad. That was dumb. That was stupid. I'm sorry. Dude, who's pinging me? Oh, Hunt Hustle. Why? Man's in the chat and he's pinging me. Silksong is finished. Do I play or stay in stream? Go play the game. I have nothing interesting to say. Challenge my 9 hours a day on average on launch that I had for the first week. I think I only had 9 hours on the first day. Then it was 5 hours a day after that, and that hasn't really changed since. Yes, I kept up 5 hours a day. Even after finishing my first playthrough. Haven't missed a single day yet. Hold on, I had some windows over here. Oh, I had some windows planned. Never mind. On my phone? Dude, don't have the stream running while you're playing the game. That's the type of situation that makes you turn down the game's music. Which, by the way, I've heard that Silksong's music by default is set lower. Please turn it up. Because some people are like, oh man, the music in Silksong is just so unmemorable. And then they turn up the volume and they're like, holy shit, this is absolute cinema. For some reason, it's just lower. Why would they do that? I don't remember that being a thing for me, I've just heard that from other people. Can't hear you over the beautiful music? Just shut off the stream, bro. Hop on the game. Watch, in 2 months, I'm gonna get this guy into speedrunning. You put on Deep Nest ASMR. Let's go. I should. What stairs are those? I used the architect's saw bench to turn some chiseled stone blocks into stairs. Whiteboard ASMR is the new thing. No, you know what I like? Hold on. Wow, it's like the first result. Yeah. Now, do I play this? It's my favorite Silksong song. Thank you, Silksong. I'm not gonna play that for too long. I don't want to make people uncomfortable. It's the last surgery of the conductor Mizzello. Best song in the game. Truly one of the greatest works of Christopher Larkin. I actually don't think he made that. Guys, what is the tech? I'm not gonna teach you neutral pogos. Go play the damn game. This guy is just begging for me to ruin his experience. Why is this a thing? This is a tragedy. Demand a tutorial? Bad news, the game won't hold your hand, it treats you like a real person. I'm sorry. Oh, that was a different guy who said it. Not funny then. Too easy, no tutorial needed. Well, there is a tutorial, it's just not in text. Which is much better for the player, by the way. More games should do that. Because it makes it feel more like you're discovering it yourself. Died to a green dude? There's no way. It's because you're on the stream. No way you already died. Also, all the guys there are green. The only thing you can die to is probably green. Now guys, do I hop on Silksong briefly just to aura farm this guy and beat the tutorial in 2 minutes? The Maramaws are white. I don't think he had enough time to see them. How do you beat the Beastfly boss? Equip Hunter's Crest, Pogo. It doesn't matter where you Pogo on him during the dash attack, but the iframes you get from Pogoing are enough that you clip through the boss. It's so fun. Also, don't go early. Like, if it's too difficult, go somewhere else. You don't need to fight it. Can find one before leaving the first room. True, but I don't think he found that. I think the only person to find that is Blue SR, and that's because he had prior knowledge. Hornet is having a stroke. Get off the stream! I'm banning this guy. I'm actually banning this guy. I'm timing him out. Wait, can he still watch the stream? Why do you have 30 million gas tiers? No, these are fluids put into item form. That's just oxygen. Can you give me oxygen? No, please suffocate. I hate your mod. Sorry, my bad. You heard of this game called Silksong? No. Never. Also, for some reason the playtime went down. It said 889 this morning, and then I played for 2 hours. Very strange. Can I do this? No, this is not placeable. Normal for the kayak and TFC to always slightly veer to the left. It's not always to the left, sometimes it's to the right. I believe it's based on wind direction. I could use the window here. Really? It's center lock? That's so cringe. Okay, I could use railing though. I spent 37 days straight just playing Silksong. It's a 10th of a year of just Silksong. Yeah, now think of how recent the game released. Well, how recently the game released. See, now it makes sense that I'm 6th place. World record holder has 1,300, I think? 1,300 hours? So I'm still a ways off for that. But I'm working on it. Actually, I need to fact check that. There's another guy who's working towards world record and could get it any day now, and I just have to check if there's an unverified run that has been posted to the speedrun Discord. No, but he did post like 10 new room subs, of course. I'd love to see it. What else does he do? Or maybe those other people, I don't know, I was scrolling. I'm not using this backpack, I don't need it. Okay, that actually looks pretty nice now. Look at us go. We have a real base going. Oh, how many of you guys have seen the bottomless pit? We have a bottomless pit in the base. Because why not? I like the bottomless pit. Hey, what are we working on next? Oh, I was gonna start the stream by moving some things. Like these storage drives. I can do it later. Is that a lighting thing, or does it actually go to bedrock? I said it's bottomless! Like, it has no bottom. It doesn't go down to bedrock, it keeps going. I wouldn't lie to you. This song goes hard not because it's necessarily a good song, but because I only hear it when I get a PB, or when I get close to one. Okay, there we go. So that's that end of the base done. I'll eventually have a wall put up there, but for now it's just that. This is our next problem, though, because this is horrendous. I hate this. I really want the deep parts of the base to feel like they're deep underground, and when you can look up at the sky from this area, that's bad. I don't like this, so we're gonna fix it. Whenever Aspect digs anything out, there's like these weird 15-block wide trenches around everything. Like the B area is way overdone. And this I've tried to clean up, but it's still really bad. So I want to fix up this, and that's going to start by putting a structure under here. But that means I need to destroy all these fields, so... I don't want to destroy them, though. I could probably keep most of them, right? Problem is, I need the area around the base to be completely ruined, so I can't have farms like this. What do I do here? I don't want to remove the farm, because this is such a poor part of our base. By the way, I don't know what the hell this is. Aspect randomly just knocked out this entire field. Also, is the music too loud? Because it's like pretty loud for me. I think it does just have to go. But it's such an important relic. No, I'm not gonna completely destroy it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove all the plants from it, but we're gonna keep the basic structure around. The structure will be basically a memorial to all the farming we did back in episode 4. But the plants can't stay, because this area has to be destroyed. Make a greenhouse around it. We don't use this, though. Like, this area out in front of the base? Oh, actually, now that I think about it, the base might expand forward. That might be a problem. Yeah, I don't think there could be a structure around this. Reasonably, at least. And also, we're too far in now. I'm not replanting this. It takes far too much work. Might as well chuck it all in storage, though, since it's here. Oh, I can just vacuum it all up like this. Why is there cotton here? Oh, then I'm also gonna have to take all these. Oh, I think most of these chests were empty. No, no, never mind, I take that back. Oh, will it not show the mod here? Whatever. Hey, how can I have, like, dried up farmland without turning it all into dirt? Is that possible? Oh, these have the old texture. Get rid of the water, but it's gonna dry up. Which are fitting farms to have a Greymore type aesthetic. Dude, that would fit. That would fit really well. Because Greymore was a farm. Wait, W lore suggestion? Probably have to continue growing something. But what would I grow? I don't know. Minecraft Forum says it decays if nothing is planted in it. Okay, so then we can plant something in the empty farmland. Okay, then that combines both ideas. Now I just need a plant that looks really underwhelming. I think raspberries are like that. Or no, not raspberries. It was, cranberries, I think. Yeah, cranberries are really short. Maybe I can do better than that. No, these are too big. Oh, Pam's barley is actually really good for this. I think. It wouldn't be underwhelming or short, but it does have that sort of like, I don't know, it has that look I want. Oh, it's really bright though. What does rice look like? It's also huge. This one is a bit better. Can crops on dry farm... Dude, my ping is pissing me off. Can crops on dry farmland grow? I'm pretty sure they can, right? It's just slow. Slow, but yes, okay. So I need something that looks like kinda shit when it's fully grown. Like, cranberries are the shortest, and rice seems like the most... I don't know, it seems like the most boring crop, which we want it to be boring. Because what I'm thinking is, like, this is just weeds and a little bit of grain sort of right in front of the factory. They don't have the nutrients to grow. Flax, barley, or wheat. We didn't look at flax yet. Do I even have flax? It's not used in food, so I just don't... Now, flax is biomes aplenty. It doesn't seem like it's growable. I swear flax was a thing in Pam's Harvestcraft. Am I insane? Could do a mix of barley and rice. Oh yeah. Combine that with some wheat, actually. Oh, but this won't look as good for... Wait, what does, old wheat look like? I completely forgot. Yeah, this won't look good. No, not doing that. Oh, we can try rye. Yeah, that works. That's actually exactly what I needed. So we just do a mixture of these, and then we have patches of dirt and other things around it. Can you not trample in GTNH? Whoa, a quality of life feature. Scary. Yeah, I think we'll do this. And then I also need to limit the size of the farm. Like, make that roll in a bit. I'll probably have some rocks and stuff. It needs to look like a really unkept and, like, bad farm. Do we not have a hoe of growth? Really? Oh, apparently we have... How? Oh, it came from the meteor ritual yesterday. We have 3,000 bone blocks. Sure. That's just easy bone meal, I guess. Okay, that's plenty of barley. Silksong text skipping has prepared me for this. Peak GTNH gameplay. Hey, this is still more fun than mining, which, by the way, I've cut out so much mining. Half my playtime on this server is mining. And now I don't have to do it ever again, which might mean I can enjoy things. There we go. Okay, let's just start planting. So I don't want to take out the water yet, but we're just gonna plant a sort of patchy field. Any open spots will dry up into regular dirt. And then I need to replace any dirt with coarse dirt in the future. Or maybe dried earth, that's another one. Just that grass doesn't grow over it. And I think that's all we have to do, so I can just plant like this. we're not gonna, again, we're not taking up the water yet, because then it'll dry out. It sort of goes in phases. So this is the yellowest, and this is the greenest. No, is it? No, barley's the greenest. Yeah, we want like that. Yeah, this is gonna work. I'm using a lot of rice here. Not rice, rye. Putting maximum effort into planning how unkept the farm looks. Kinda ironic. Oh, I don't want this. This area is gonna be filled in with dirt. That's the edge of the farm. Oh yeah, in a few days we're gonna be doing a Monopolarity game with Flurbin. I'm gonna live stream this one this time, now that we know the game actually works. I did actually really like the first Monopolarity game. Single acacia tree with rooted dirt somewhere in there. I don't want trees here. If I'm gonna have anything that resembles a tree, it's gonna be a dead trunk. But that does give me an idea. Is there even rooted dirt? No. Nice. Dude, this song is criminally underrated. Like, I really love the boss just because of the song. It's a really easy boss, but such good music. And it's in 9/4. Time signature. We love irregular time signatures. Third Sanctuary hearing this information. I don't even play Deltarune, but I really like that song. Could have taken dirt from storage, but whatever. I don't know when this damage was dealt, by the way. I think I'll make it a bit more patchy here. I just need more rye. Like, let me think where I'm gonna put boulders. Like, let's just put a big rock here. So that means that area is clear. We need to put more rye there. We'll remove a bit around there. Let's just have a big-ass rock here. That'll cover the water. I think that's all I really need. Okay, now I can remove all the water. Wow. Oh, it doesn't let me hoe it. Whatever. Oh, it's gonna be a problem. Because it doesn't let you till dirt that isn't near water for some reason. I think what I'll do is I'll place water here just so that I can till this, and place barley on it, and then I just remove the water. And oh no, now I can't till this. Problem solved. Okay, the farmland isn't drying up. Why? The only dry farmland is this, and this is because I just tilled it. GTNH, don't do this, please. Secret water? There's definitely not, because I can't hoe this, or no. Can't hoe this. If that's a thing, I'm gonna be pissed. It's just like, oh, farmland can't decay or dry up. Sure, bud, cool. Get to jump in? That doesn't work either, I just have to break and replace. Top 10 GTNH moments of all time. The problem with this now is that this is a snow biome, so this is all gonna get covered in snow. Maybe give it some time. Oh, yep. We're fine. We're fine. Glass doesn't keep the snow out. Oh, is this? Oh yeah, this is under the glass roof. Okay, so that snow is just really old. So I can break this all and we're fine. There we go. So that gets us a really dried up and sad farm. Also, I should bring back my Great Wood texture, because one of the Project Singularity members convinced me to bring back the old version one. I don't like it. I really prefer the new version one. That's the only modernity texture I've removed, and I regret it. Okay, I also want to take out a chunk of the wall. Like, what if right here, it just gave way? And so, this log would split, and then all these bricks get pushed out of the way. Oh, there's stuff in there. But most of the dirt would come from the top here, so maybe not all the bricks would get destroyed. This is something I always wanted to do to old sections of the base. I even designed the lower sections in the Steam Age base to be flooded in the future, which I will do eventually. Okay, apparently coarse dirt doesn't exist. I think I can do chiseled dirt, though. Oh yeah, this would work, because grass can't grow on that, but it has the same texture. Any variants of cracked deep slate? Not sure. Oh, we can crack it. Okay, it's a little bit inconvenient, but I'll try. There we go. I think I should just put part of the wall back here. I don't want that there because that looks like it's just not damaged. There's grass somewhere. Under these bushes. Okay, I'm killing them. I think I can actually keep this part of the farm isolated from grass. It's gonna take a little bit of work. Okay, that's not gonna happen unless I cover this all up. And there's also grass under the stairs. They're in my walls. Oh, it's normal stone, though. Is there seriously not coarse dirt? There is, it's just backported, and it needs... Why? Why is this a thing? You know what, that's a good idea. I'm just gonna use dried dirt, which I think I have some. For some reason it has no place sound, that's good. Oh, that dug down too far. Are you sure they even grow? It seems like only plants that are watered or recently were still watered have grown. We'll see. Okay, so that's the front of the base changed now. Maybe a light level thing? Well, that wouldn't explain why these are, like, really well grown. Like, this one's 43, this is 0. Oh, I guess that one's also 0. Might just be a Minecraft moment. Okay, so the entire plan of this was to destroy this end of the farm. So, good on me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna act like the farm originally ended here. No, but there's a staircase there. Probably time to update the stream playlist? What do you mean? I changed it today, I changed it this morning. Dude, let me place. Damn. Ah, you love missing textures. That's my favorite texture. Likes to build in suspense. Hell yeah. I mean, that's basically what I wanted. I don't even have to do any work, because now it looks ruined. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Don't know why this is still here. I thought I scooped that up. Okay, how much time do I have? I have around 30 minutes before I should go do the Silksong stream. So yeah, in a coming live stream, I'm probably gonna do Platline down here. Sort of just decided this would be where Platline goes. Okay, that's already dug out. How do I mark this then? Guess I might as well just dig all the way to the clean room. This damn magnet, stop it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just put the outline for this, and then maybe the supports for that, just that it's not just that it's not floating. And then next stream we'll fully build out this right side. And then terraform that as well. And then after that, it's going to be the roof. There's just a lot of things I've needed to clean up for a very long time, and that's what all these streams are going to be about. By the way, this is fully dried up, and it actually looks quite nice. Well, it looks bad, but in a good way. That makes sense. This song's good enough that it actually kind of holds up to Silksong pieces. I wish they would have just Soul Master in the OST, because this is part of the larger Soul Sanctum piece, and then that all goes in one long track. Wish I could just listen to this part. Is this too small? Like, I'm gonna be having my flatline sort of tiered. It's gonna be in layers, but is this still too small in area? I think it's fine. So what the hell do I know? Oh, vacuum freezer jump scare. That means nitrogen's getting used. Except it's all of them, that's kind of concerning. Oh, oxygen's low. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm trying to think how I want to style this, because I don't want it just a long, tall box. That's boring. I could have windows here. That would work. This song is peak. True. It's almost like that's the name. Dude, this wireless terminal makes it just so much better to build. Because I'm actually building for most of the time. Before I'd be running and grabbing materials and stuff. But most things are auto-craftable, I don't have to deal with a full inventory. And I can just pull from storage at any moment. Okay, this actually fits perfectly with the clean room. Oh man. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Oh. Wrong spot? Oh, that wasn't where it went. I have like nothing left to say for commentary. I'm just vibing to the music. Part of the factory you're planning to put there again? Flatline. So far we've been buying our platinum from other people, but we have to make our own eventually. Even without this built, it is very nice to actually have some supports under there, so that it looks like this isn't floating. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I need for structure. So we'll actually build that out tomorrow. And then I also need to fill in the walls around here because this is atrocious. But the whole left side of the base is looking great now. And the maintenance floor actually has substance. Which is very nice. I think there's still 3 or 4 more building streams before I'm done with all this. And then I won't just go quiet, because I think most of my content is going to be done through live streams now. The next thing is going to be... The next thing after that is probably going to be Platline, so that I can automate SMD diodes. And also because we just need it. And then passive nanocircuits. And then by then we should be in Ivy. Because I think we're going to move to Ivy in like 2 weeks? We haven't decided on the time, we just know it's somewhere in that range. I'm gonna wait for the music here. I don't want to cut off that music. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. Got a lot done. Thank you all for watching, and God bless.